Hi, this is Dan from Gear Diary.
And Charles from Gear Diary.
And Charles and I have actually reviewed a number of electric bikes at this point, and we're doing something a little bit different today. This is the Viribus SC5 Fat Tire Tricycle.
Something new for us.
Tricycle. Now, the first time I saw an electric tricycle, I thought it was ridiculous, but actually in Tel Aviv this summer we saw lots of people with them. They're great for groceries. They're great if you want to take your dog to the beach. There's a lot of practicality here, which is why I got this, because my wife Raina wanted a tricycle and we want to teach the dogs to ride on it, but I'm getting ahead of ourselves. This tricycle has a 500 watt motor. It has a peak of 750 watts. It has 85 Newton meters of torque. It has a differential on the back. We'll talk about all of that in a little while, but let's get this out of the box, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's start.
All right. So let's do a quick walk around of the Viribus SC5 Fat Tire Electric Tricycle. This tricycle, I love the color, has the motor in the front. It's with the front wheel, and it is a 500 watt motor that puts out a peak of 750 watts. It's a 48 volt system. It gets up to 20 miles per hour with the throttle. You can see here the twist throttle over there, or you can get up to 24 miles per hour with the pedal assist. Here is the color display. It's currently not on. You get these really nice handles for the brakes, and you also have right here, this is unusual, this is a parking brake. So you depress this and you push this in, and now the front wheel is locked, so it actually won't roll, which makes sense because you don't have a kickstand on it. It ships with really nice metal fenders, 3 of them because it's a tricycle. You get the light. It's a small light, but it should do the job. It has a front suspension system, which is really, really nice to have. It has, as I mentioned, a half twist throttle. The headlight, and it also has a tail light over here. Right there, you can see the tail light as well. The display, as I mentioned, is a 2.5 inch color display. I've never had a color display on a bike before. Let's turn it on for a second. And it gives plenty of information. You get miles, you get your trip odometer, you've got your average speed, you've got the battery amount, speed, and your pedal assist. And here's where you control the pedal assist. Let's turn that off just to save battery. The battery is a 48 volt system, as I mentioned. It incorporates right into the frame, which I love. It can be charged while in place, or you can actually take it out. There's a key right over here. You can use the key and pop the battery right out, which is really a nice feature. You get a 7-speed Shimano derailleur, not the fanciest, but it's fine. You get this nice seat with a back to it. It's very, very wide, nicely made. It's actually pretty comfortable, but you can also get a suspension seat for an added purchase, which will give you an even nicer ride, which is kind of awesome when you think about it. It has in the back a rear differential between the rear tires, which allows them to spin at different speeds, which is really important when you're trying to turn on a tricycle. What I found really quickly is that riding a tricycle is very different than riding a 2-wheel bicycle in the whole way it handles, the way it turns. You have to really retrain your brain, but the rear differential does help with the turning to a certain extent, but it is a learning curve. You get this really nice rear rack. Love the fact that it's included, love the fact that it's so large, especially love the fact that it has a drop-down gate, which is perfect if you want to load it up and you want to take stuff out. It also makes it easy to expand. If you want to actually have something that goes a little bit further and tie it in, you can do that as well. So that's a really nice feature as well. Let's close that up. As I mentioned, you get the metal fenders. The bike came about 90%, they say, assembled. I don't know if it was 90%, but it was close to. It was really well put together already. And it's a really nice bike if you want a tricycle. What is this good for? This is good if you want to take a lot of cargo, if you want to take your dogs, You could do that. You could put a nice flat something here, or their carrying bag in there, and you can put the dog in there. You can take a lot of groceries. That's why we actually got it. We got it for when we're living in a city in a year and a half and we have to go shopping. And it's a nice bike. You can just ride it on your own. You can use throttle only to get up to 20 miles an hour. You can use pedal assist to get up to 24 miles an hour. It has 160 millimeter front and rear rotors for the brakes. The crankset is aluminum alloy. The bike weighs 128 pounds, and it has a total payload capacity of 395 pounds. So for example, I'm just under 200 pounds, so it can take another 200 pounds with me riding the bike and it won't be a problem. It's ideal for someone who's 5'3" to 6'1", so I'm just at the upper level, and it's a really nice bike. This is the Viribus SC5. This is a quick walk around. The cargo in the back, the nice pedals, the Shimano derailleur. Oh, I forgot to mention there's a nice horn. There's this for shifting down, there's this for shifting down, there's this for shifting up. You get the parking brake, you get these really nice grips here as well. You get the removable battery, you get the 160 millimeter mechanical rotors for the brakes, you get the front suspension, you get the light, you get the fenders. Really, really nice bike, well equipped at a really, really nice price. The Viribus SC5 Electric Fat Tire Tricycle from Viribus.